Hi, I'm Seth Otto. I work out of the Coleman location as a sales agronomist, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the things you should look for in this upcoming alfalfa season. So to start off, I'm going to talk a little bit about staging your alfalfa and things you should look for when you're out in the field. Firstly, we want to have, on this alfalfa here, we're looking to have a good tonnage and everything like that, so we're looking for optimum range is about 55 shoots per square foot, and I'm going to demonstrate that with this little Winfield United ring. All you do is just unfold your Winfield United ring, throw it out, throw a couple spots throughout the field, just to kind of test in all the different areas, so you get a good field average. So unlike this spot right here, all you're going to do is you're going to go down. You're going to push this down through a little bit, and we're just going to count the stem. All right, so right here I just did a quick count, and I counted, we have 53 stems within this little circle here, so I can lift this up and I can put this away if I want or set it off to the side. That shows us that we have an optimum range for alfalfa, so we're going to have good quality, high tonnage, and especially with this being a second-year alfalfa field, that's going to really be a big boost in yield this year. Next, what we're going to do is I'm going to dig this plant up, and we're going to quick check on the root health, make sure everything's looking good, so that there's not any issues or anything that we're worried about throughout the season. So here quick, we're going to talk about the alfalfa health. As you can see, the nice white hard tissue here throughout the root of the alfalfa. This is good, so that means that there's no sign of disease, showing that it's good, healthy. Up here you can start to see a little bit of a dark on the crown of the root. For the plant, that's no big issue. Once you can start to see this go down throughout the root, that's kind of indicating that you can tell your alfalfa is kind of starting to go throughout its life cycle. Once it's down and you can see the entire root system here is a dark soft color, or a dark color and a soft root tissue, that means it's probably time to rotate it out for a different crop. So some of the last things I want to touch on is some of the pests and insects that you're going to see in your alfalfa field throughout the season. So some of the things to look for are potato leaf hoppers. Usually you can tell these fairly easily. When you're out in the field, you'll see some yellowish spots on the tops of your leaves. Some of the other things to look for is alfalfa weevil. Those will feed a little bit more on throughout the plant. You'll see kind of like a spider web effect on a lot of the leaves, just kind of indicating you might have some of these issues. Some ways to check for some of these are just coming out with a sweep net, taking a couple sweeps in a couple different areas of the field, checking those numbers, making sure that they're part of the threshold. A few other things to look for: plant bugs and army worms. These can show some hot spots throughout the field, and if you have really high pressures of these, they can cause issues later on. One of the last things I want to talk on is pH and use of tissue sampling. So making sure that you have an optimum pH anywhere from 6.5 to 7.5. Usually I like to shoot around that 7 mark, just so you have you're making sure that your plant's in good healthy soil and you're not going to run into any issues. And then with that, making use of tissue sampling to the first week before cutting and the first week before third cutting, to make sure that you're actually using what's out in your field, or if you need to add any additional nutrients or anything like that, to make sure that you're getting the best nutritional value out of your alfalfa for your cattle, to help prevent diseases and keep their alfalfa lasting longer. If you have any other questions on anything like this, feel free to call your local agronomist from any of the United locations, and remember, you can always rely on us.